Get ready to laugh your socks off. Or not, we don't care. It's a couple of laughs with Carrie Louise, seen on Showtime and Comedy Central. And her husband from The Tonight Show and runner-up on America's Got Talent, Tom Cotter. Buckle up, because this married for too long couple is ready to distract you from reality. Please welcome Carrie Louise and Tom Cotter.
Greetings, everybody. How are you, Carrie?
Hey.
Happy to be here with them.
Happy to be here. Happy spring.
Happy spring. Spring has sprung.
Yes.
We're very excited about that. I had cabin fever all winter. People know because I whine every week. I can't stand the cold. Finally, we're breaking out of it.
It was a nice
and
day.
I'm digging it. Yep.
And I am in my North Rockland lacrosse mom gear because Tommy had a game. We watched Tommy's game. We just got off the field. And it reminds me of the meme you sent me earlier this week. It was a mom watching their son play lacrosse with their $300 stick. Meanwhile, she's in an old grungy bra she got from 1979 or 2019.
And they both cradle, so I don't know what the big difference is. Seriously.
And they both support.
Yeah, they both support. They're both athletic supporters.
Round things.
I know that the audience wants to know. So the North Rockland Red Raiders today defeated the Clarkstown Rams by a score of 18-4, and they are now 7-2.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hold on. Tomorrow is the NFL draft, and if the Patriots don't draft someone good, I'm going to murder somebody in Foxborough. All right, let's move on.
Okay, I'm going to be in Foxborough.
Well, then
we'll talk about that later.
Commit the homicide.
But first,
yes,
I can help you. But first, it's going to cost you money.
Let's introduce somebody.
First, we have a producer in the house.
Yes, we do.
Harry Cotter.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, guys? Episode 30, and yes, we are live right now. Someone asked on Instagram if this is really live. It is.
Yes, really live.
We are competing with the NHL and NBA playoffs currently, and like my dad,
we don't stand a chance.
Yeah, we don't. But like my dad's water bottle cup there, go Celtics. That's all I gotta say. They're playing right now. We're missing the game for this show, so.
And Tatum is not playing because he has a wrist injury, which I call torn paw. Anyway, let's move on.
I think that we don't stand a chance whether the Celtics are playing or not.
You're right.
I'm just putting it out there.
So let's tell people where we're working. Should I?
Yeah, you got a lot of news for you this weekend, Carrie. What do you got?
Yeah, mostly Carrie. I'm going to lead it off because Carrie's got much more to say because her career's on fire, everybody.
Oh, it's booming.
I'm going to be working in Pennsylvania this Friday night at the Miller Center for the Performing Arts. That'll be Miller time in the Miller Theater, and that's in Reading, Pennsylvania, not Reading. That's this Friday. And then coming up in May, we've got San Antonio, Texas, Sioux City, Iowa, Laconia, New Hampshire, Plymouth, Massachusetts, Cranston, Rhode Island, Long Island, New York, plus 3 graduations and a funeral. Busy month coming up.
Wow.
Carrie, where are you going to be?
Wow, you are busy. I'm going to be in Foxborough this weekend, like I said, so I can do all your dirty work and murdering. With the mother of a comedy show. It's not your regular mother's comedy show, so it's fun. Stay tuned, come see that. And then just in, I am going to be recording my 3rd comedy album at the West Side Comedy Club May 8th. So come to that. I'll be selling my books if you give a mom a glass of wine. You know when they do Galentine's?
Yes.
Well, it's the same thing, but for Mother's Day. It's the Thursday before Mother's Day. So all your mothers, get your mom group out there, come see me, and then come help support the recording for Sirius XM Radio. My 3rd album. My first album was when Harry, my first album, do you remember? You were on the back of it, the picture of it. You were 2 years old. Do you remember that
I remember
album?
taking that picture at Parkwood Beach, right?
Yes, and it was called Yummy Mummy. My 2nd album was called Funny Mummy, and this album, working title, Menopause Mummy.
Yay!
All right. And that's a working title, so tell me if you hate it. Anyway, also my pilot is performing this weekend. It is got invited to the Austin Film Festival, and I won't be able to be there. But if you want more information, you can go to totallysickseries.com and get more information. You can see the full trailer on that. And I'm so excited that Adam Naylor is an awesome director, writer. Now, this just goes to show you, I filmed this 2 years ago. And he wrote it like years before that. And, it takes time for these. So when these people get an award for the best movie of the year, and they say it took 20 years. It really does. It takes a long time. So I'm looking forward to this project. I have a funny blooper reel. We're going to show that right now, I think. Not to me.
Love seeing my wife whip another guy's towel off.
I didn't whip it off. It fell off.
Fills me with joy.
I was grabbing for his phone.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
That's what we're going to call it now?
So he could.
Was it a phone?
So he could call a cab, an Uber home.
Was it a dictaphone?
Could have been.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're excited for that, and we're also going to be at the Coney Island Film Festival,
that's
May,
part of Brooklyn. And
yeah,
that's coming up
May 4th.
Yes, because we're in San Antonio on the 3rd, and the next morning we're taking the red eye back, so you can go to the premiere thing. That's great.
You're gonna hate me. We're not gonna get any sleep.
Gonna?
Hey guys.
All right.
Audience is chiming in just on Instagram. One of them must have known you before and has a question. It says, "Was Tom a police officer before stand-up?"
Yes, for a very little. I was a rent-a-cop on Nantucket.
Yeah, if you call it a police officer on Nantucket.
I had no gun, handcuffs, and a nightstick that was this long, and we called it a marital aid. So I was really not, wasn't like SWAT. It was Nantucket. Big day was when a motorcycle or a moped fell over. That was it. All right, so can we go on to the topic of the week?
Yes.
All right. Switching gears, the Pope passed away, His Eminence, and we're very sad to hear that. He was a great Pope. We really like this Pope, did we not?
Yes, we love this Pope because he was
a good Pope.
I think he was everybody's Pope.
Yes.
And I also think that he was changing the Catholic Church a little, because I really do think I love being Catholic. I love the tradition and family and all that stuff, but I don't agree with everything. And I feel that the Catholic Church should change with the times. And I think that this Pope was helping that happen. I think he was a good step forward towards that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought he was a very progressive Pope, but he actually was pretty strict with the canon. I think, no female priests and some other things that he wouldn't budge on, but other things he did. He is now quite literally a Holy Spirit because he, much like Jesus, right after Easter, ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of the Father. Yeah,
he waited till the most holiest day.
I mean, if you're going to check out as a Pope, that's when you want to check out.
That's when you check out. And he did the Easter sermon.
Yes. So very impressive. He went out on his terms.
Yes.
Which is great.
We have a video.
Let's show the video.
Yeah,
It's one of the reasons we like the guy so much. Harry,
and he was also, he loved jokes. He loved to tell jokes.
Yes.
In 60 Minutes, he told that funny joke.
I was amazed that he passed away because I thought he was in really good shape because I heard he did a lot of cross training. Everybody, Tom Cotter, try the veal. I'll be here all week. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's great. Someone died, Dad. Someone died.
Have some respect.
Are you going to tell the joke that he did on 60 Minutes or what?
All right. So the joke on 60 Minutes, we'll narrow it down. It's too long. But he said he was being interviewed by Nora O'Donnell, obviously very Irish. And she said, my family were immigrants. They were talking about immigration. And she said, your family fled fascists. They were immigrants. And the Pope said, yes. And the Irish is known to have brought the whiskey and the Italians brought the mafia. And
she didn't know what to do. Right. She wasn't expecting. She's like, so 60 Minutes serious. And I brought this. And then he's like, it was a joke.
Yeah,
of course. He had to explain
to her. That was a joke. But anyway, I mean, how many popes have Pope
I
jokes?
know. Yeah. Pope jokes. All right.
Show the video.
In public, Pope Francis usually took a serious tone talking about the world's problems, but behind the scenes, those close to him say he liked a good joke like the rest of us. That's why he was all smiles last year when he hosted 100 famous comedians at the Vatican. Is that Jimmy Fallon shaking hands with the Pope? Look, some of the world's best-known comedians gathered at the Vatican for an audience with the pontiff last year. It was called a conclave of comedians. There's Whoopi Goldberg. There's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Stephen Colbert stood in the receiving line. Also Conan O'Brien. Chris Rock shook hands. And there's stand-up comic Jim Gaffigan. Look at how the comics enthusiastically stood as the Pope said goodbye. When they returned home, they all shared their thoughts about this special day.
It was fantastic. What an honor. Thank you, Papa. Francis was so nice. And after shaking his hand, I can walk again.
He gave me a rosary, and I'm going to give it to my mom. So, and then I'm going to take it away and sell it on eBay.
Fallon joked that he asked the Pope for something very special.
I asked if we can get an Emmy nomination this year, and
So 100 comedians were there, but Tom and I were not.
No, well, we were booked. Right? We had some.
Oh, yeah, we had the.
Sorry,
yeah.
couldn't make it, Pope. Sorry about
Sorry.
that. We'll go next time. So anyway, and I don't know what happens. I know they do the smoke thing, and they have to choose a new. And it's funny because there's a movie out right now called The Conclave.
Yeah.
It's all about this. But I don't know. Do they bury the Pope? I don't know what they do. I think they should freeze him like they did Walt Disney, and then we'd have a Popesicle, everybody. Tom Cotter. I'll be at the Miller Theater this Friday night in Reading, Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I married such a weirdo.
Yes, you do.
I think that, well, so this is so humble. This is what they're saying, that he's not even getting buried where everybody gets buried at the, at the popular Pope burial at the Vatican. He's getting, I don't know, somewhere in the slums somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's how humble he is.
He was a Pope of the people. So
yeah.
All right. So can I
Do you
just
have
talk
any more
for a second?
Pope jokes?
Well, I just want to say that we're both Catholic. We were married in the Catholic Church. We baptized our boys, not for religion. We just wanted them to see how easy it would be to drown them. But people know that I am Catholic, but I'm Catholic light. And I'm just telling you my experience. Popes were always old and creaky, and because it's a lifetime term. You serve for as long as you can. So their hands were always gnarled, and they always looked like the crypt keeper when I was growing up. And then you're a little kid, and you go to mass, and you see this guy nailed to boards. His hands would be nailed to boards. He's got a stab wound. He's bleeding from the head because of the crown of thorns. And that's very creepy. And then during the mass, we symbolically drink Jesus's blood and eat his flesh, which is cannibalism. Can we be honest about this? And then we find out at Easter, Jesus rose from the dead, which is a zombie, really, if you think about it. So it's all very creepy. So the whole thing about the popes were always creepy to me. This Pope was a little bit different. He was a Pope of the people. Obviously, he had a sense of humor. So he kind of changed my creepiness about the whole Catholic Church thing from my youth, because to this day, if I see a ruler, it's like a Vietnam flashback. I went to Catholic school.
I know.
I saw a nun at an aquarium once, and I started shaking because it was really a penguin, but it brought back all those times. All right, let's move on. Carrie, anything?
Nothing. I can't follow you, Tom.
Yes, you can.
In your little
My little rant.
funny little Pope jokes. Okay. We're going to save room because I think we have a lot to discuss on our gripe of the week. I think. Are we done with the oh yeah. Oh well, I wanted to talk about Easter. How we had a great Easter without you. Tom's on the road.
I was on the road. I was telling jokes, everybody, trying to earn a living for my family. I was in Reno, Nevada, and nothing says Easter like Reno, Nevada.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So we had a very low key Easter, and Easter is the end of Lent. So Tommy, our youngest, gave up McDonald's.
Which, by the way, huge sacrifice.
Huge
Good for him. He
because
did
he
very well
loves
with that.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
He was like he was like aching.
Addict.
Aching, right?
Yeah.
He was like he went through withdrawals. Anyway, he went before Easter. We're like, "What are you doing? You got 2 more days?" Because I looked it up, Mom. I looked it up on the internet, and Lent ends now. And he went like hours before. I'm like, "Oh God, this guy has
He
problems."
saw the finish line. He was going to cross that damn finish line. And by the way, speaking of finish line, Boston Marathon just took place. Shocking. People from Kenya won.
Oh,
I
no.
can't believe it.
No.
Yeah, unbelievable.
No,
We used to go to that. We used to live in Boston, and I used to my shins always hurt from the Boston Marathon because I would trip the runners when they went by. Anyway, so gripe of the week. Let's move on to that, everybody. Laundry day.
Wait. Well, he's gonna play this. I love that.
Sorry. Yeah, aren't you glad you sat through that, everybody? Didn't that just make the show?
Totally my favorite.
Laundry day in our house is always a day of contention. Never a fun day, but particularly because my wife is not 4 years old, but she acts 4 years old. How? Because she doesn't just take off her yoga pants like a normal human being and maybe toss them in the hamper. What my wife does is takes the panties and the yoga pants and the socks off in one fell swoop, and then just kind of kicks them across the floor. So now when I do laundry, I have to go on a deep dive, a search, if you will, a search and find mission for her panties and 2 socks that are balled up inside of her yoga pants. Everything's inside out too. She just whips everything off, shirts, tops, everything inside out. And then she tells me only certain things can go in the dryer. So some yoga pants can go in the dryer, but some can't. Some things with like glitter and sparkle, oh yeah, throw them in the dryer. But other things that look like polyester, oh no, those can't go in the dryer. Very, very weird, very creepy. I'm waiting for your rebuttal.
Okay. First of all, I don't just throw them there. I throw them in the laundry. But welcome to my world. For years, doing laundry after your boys, my 3 sons.
Yeah.
Same thing. And it's only once
They were
in a
4.
while I'll
They
do
were
that.
4.
But only once in
Yeah.
a while I do that. Not all the time. Just like, and you hardly ever do laundry.
Every
He does
time.
laundry once, and I did it once, and he's freaking
I do
out.
it all the time. I do laundry all the time. And I feel racist because I separate the lights from the dark. But I still do it. And I think when you do my laundry, you don't have to complain about that. My stuff's always right side out. It's not inside out. All of your stuff is inside out.
Just
Everything.
Just my aerobic
You
stuff.
can't just you whip the shirt off like this and then it's done. You
Well,
gotta
because
put it back.
usually I'm doing the laundry.
First of all, if you're having it cleaned, you want the outside clean. That's the part people see. Right?
Anyway, let's talk about our
Okay.
boys doing laundry.
Oh, yeah.
What about that?
Well, they
It
don't.
takes time.
Yeah.
We're trying to teach my youngest because he's going to be going to college next year, so he has to do his own laundry. So I'm trying to teach him, and obviously he ran into a fight with bleach. I
Yes.
think everybody learned that
Yeah.
learned that lesson, what bleach can do,
Mm.
and he learned it with like 8 Nike sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Do you know how much those are?
No.
They're now all rags. And it takes him 3 days to do laundry. I
Yeah.
cannot stand it.
And then we fold his laundry for him. We put it on his bed.
Sometimes.
And then he just jumps in the bed and the laundry that was neatly
Yeah.
folded falls on the floor. And now it's on the floor, so it's dirty. So I didn't
Right.
wear it. But
No
it's still
kidding.
dirty.
How
Now
many-
it's going to go right back into the
In the
laundry
la-
basket. I can't tell you how many times I washed something when he never wore it. And by the way, I have to
Same.
give kudos to my
Same.
bride because
Same.
she usually collects the laundry. And we did raise 3 adolescent males. And so adolescent males, you pick up their gym socks with tongs.
Yes.
The
Talk
same
about-
ones you clean the poop out
Yes.
of the cat box with because it's disgusting.
Yeah, my socks are little. You complain about my. There's this long, and they're all rolled up, and I have no idea what's in
Yeah,
them.
and you don't want them.
I don't even want to know.
No.
And I have to like shake them out and just throw them in
No.
the wash machine real quick.
If
Oh,
you sent them
love,
to
disgusting.
23andMe, they would tell you all kinds of things. I can tell you that.
That's gross.
I'm just telling you.
So yeah, and then if he folds it, for all 3 of my boys, when they fold their laundry, they fold it like a fruit roll-up. Boom.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And they never put it away. And then when you put a bunch of load of laundry on the steps for them to put up stairs in their room and put away,
Yeah.
there for another 3 days.
Oh.
Harry, you want to chime in here?
Thanks for embarrassing me in front of our 30 viewers. Appreciate that.
Hey, 31 last week. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, that was foul, but that's what you get for teenage boys, I guess.
That's what you get. That's what you get. What you get. You don't get upset.
Harry, you used to have the fashion where you would put your socks inside your sweatpants. That was a fashion. I don't know why. I hope you're out of that fashion.
It
With
was
socks.
a sports thing. Relax.
And I had to take the socks out of the sweatpants. So don't complain. I've been doing it for 20 years.
But it's called the gripe of the week, honey. You kind of have to complain.
Okay.
Let me just, I will give kudos to my son, Harrison. I love this. I don't know where he got this because he didn't get it from me. I don't think he got it from you. But since he was a little boy, he lays out his clothes for the next morning because he's always in a coma when he wakes up. He lays out his pants like an actual mannequin on the ground. Like the sweatshirt will have the arms like this, the sweat thing, and then the pants go all the way down. Then at the end, you got the socks, and then you got the shoes. So when he rolls out of bed, it's like a diagram. You can't screw it up. It looks like one of those chalk outlines for
Right,
someone
looks
that shot on
A
the
crime
street.
scene.
yeah.
But he did it. Now he's passed that on to Tommy. Tommy does it every day now. I walk into the room and it's always like, I almost freak out going, who's asleep on the top? It's not. It's an entire outfit laid out. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
You do that because you wake up 2 minutes before the bus is there and you just jump right out of bed. Throw on the-
Right.
hey, it worked. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
Is anyone chiming in
No.
with laundry, dirty laundry? We're
someone
really
said-
laying out our dirty laundry.
Yeah. And we're
Yeah.
also running late. So people have lives to get back to. Let's do our video of the week.
All right, but I want to know if anyone's chiming in on dirty laundry.
Yeah. Someone said, what about Tom's bedazzled the jeans? I know he's got a couple of those. So
Jeans? What?
bedazzled jeans.
Your bedazzled jeans.
Bedazzled.
Yes. We do not put Tom's, for the record, everybody needs to know this. We do not put Tom's bedazzled jeans in the dryer.
Yeah, people don't know that I wear them because the bedazzle's on the inside and it just feels really good and gets my flesh.
Oh, gross.
Anyway.
Someone also said, this guy literally just said, we're horrified for Harry. Thank you. Appreciate you looking out for me.
I'm horrified for you too. Harry.
I'm horrified for myself. Someone also said that while you were complaining about mom's laundry, that you sound like her husband. So apparently it is a common theme between people. My laundry gripe, though, I actually was doing laundry today, and I live in a house of 4 other college males, and I asked if there was something wrong with our dryer because my clothes weren't like fully dried. And my roommate proceeded to tell me that we have an animal living in our dryer vent. Apparently, there's a live animal living in our dryer vent, and we have no idea what it is or how it got there. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with, and that's my laundry gripe, people. I hope yours is better than mine, because I have a rodent in my dryer. So
I have a rodent in my dryer.
But yeah, we are running out of time though, so we should get to this.
All right, so my video share is real quick. We're gonna do it twice. That's how quick it is.
No, let's do it.
I trust my wife. I trust my wife.
If that's not symbolic of every marriage in the world, I don't know what it is. I sent you that video.
He's an idiot. He is an idiot to trust his wife with a long belt like that, of course.
You reap what you sow, you idiot. All right, let's do mine.
Women can do anything men can do, except math, chess, running, jumping, lifting stuff, fixing things, making money, hockey, surfing, driving, making decisions, being tall, taking out the garbage, tipping, fishing, being funny on purpose, reading a map, listening to good bands, writing, running the country, inventing anything important, or being fun to hang out with.
Oops, I don't know how that video got in there.
I'm so mad.
I'm a tribute to the Pope. I don't know how that.
And I think it's so funny. Being funny on purpose, that pissed me off.
I know that's bad.
But it is so fun. I miss Tosh. It's so funny. He's so inappropriate. I love it.
Yeah, where is he? Rehab or something. All right, we went way over again.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We're
yes,
actually
we did.
22.
Great time, people. Good show, everybody. Happy episode 30. Can't believe we made it through 30 episodes.
30, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'll let you guys say goodnight.
See you, Harry. Well, say goodnight, Carrie.
Good night, Carrie.
Well, folks, that's a wrap. Remember, life is like a comedy show. Sometimes you bomb, sometimes you shine. But you always blame your spouse on how they deliver the punchline. If you need to get in touch with us, email us at info.coupleoflaughs@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. Keep laughing, because you never know. That could save your marriage. Good night. See you next time.